All right, Coach, you fall to Anderson tonight. I think the story of the game really offensive rebounding. They get 24 offensive boards, score 23 points on those second chance opportunities. How are they so effective in that facet of the game?
You know, until I go back and watch it, I don't know. I don't know if if our help side was coming over and then we weren't able to get over and box out. Part of it, I think, and this is what I told them in the locker room, was that they just kind of out-toughed us tonight as far as going to the glass, getting loose balls, those 50-50 balls. And one of the first things I put on the board was the hustle game was something that we need to win, especially on our home floor. And honestly, I just don't feel like that we brought it early, and then it just kind of carried over throughout the entire game. It was 15-2 on second chance points at the half, something we talked about, kind of challenged them, and then it just never picked up in the second half.
In the second half, I think you forced 10 turnovers from Anderson, despite the fact that they had just 3 in the first half. What adjustments did you make defensively to try to speed up Anderson?
Well, one thing with Anderson, they ran a lot of ball screens, and we knew it was going to be a situation because they are fairly athletic, possibly a little bit more athletic than us, and so they were driving on us and that kind of thing. So we were going to try and play a bend but don't break defense, and it got to where it wasn't working in the first half. So in the second half, we changed how we were guarding our ball screens. Of course, once we got down by 10, then we brought in our press and brought in the heat that way. And, of course, that was what kind of got us back into the game and turned them over a little bit. It's just we couldn't convert on the offensive end, and scoring 65, well, you're 7 off your average, but I don't feel like we played very well on the offensive end and left a lot of points out on the court.
Yeah, from the floor you didn't play that well, but you got to the line a lot, 34 times. You missed some, but you still shot well, I think over 76% in the game. What did you think of the overall aggressiveness at the offensive end?
It wasn't very good to start, and it wasn't until our backs were against the wall and we were down by 10 or more points that I told them, you're going to have to drive in there, you're going to have to try and create something. And I think at that point they were like, okay, they're a little mad. They picked the intensity up on offensive end, they drove it in there and got to the free throw line. And like I said, we made 26 on the evening. If we don't make our free throws or get to the free throw line, it could have been a lot worse. So thankfully they went in there and they drove it in there. And honestly, I thought it was a pretty physical game. They're probably both ways. There probably could have been more fouls called. And we go to the line 34 times. I mean, we could have probably gone a few more. They could have gone a few more and even got a few more points that way. But, overall, it's just, we got out-coached, we got out-played. I mean, overall, it was just a bad night to be at home playing for a chance to go into second place. Didn't like our effort from the start, and I don't know what it is. It all comes, and when you lose, it all comes back on the head coach. So clearly I didn't have them ready to play. Thought we did, but, evidently we didn't.